Hey, you guys, what's going on? Say hello to me. I'm not going to be before you long. I know I say that all the time, but today I can't because I'm hungry, you're hungry, we're hungry, and I want to eat. Okay, moving on like that. Hey, TikTok, when you get here, say hi. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen. You guys share out the show for me. We're not going to be long today. I'm not going to be long today, but I do want to get into like a good little topic. We're going to get into a little topic. Hey, May, how are you? Make sure you guys are tapping the screen for me. I'm not even going to be doing no battling tonight on TikTok. How's you guys' week doing? Are y'all prepared for Christmas? Y'all, I didn't even realize Christmas was next week. I guess time flies when you don't have nobody to buy nothing for. Amen. You don't keep up with certain stuff. Thank you for the repost. Thank you for the reposting of the live, you guys. And I do have one little challenge tonight. TikTok has given me a goal to get this little Jeff Geeter type thing. I don't know what that is, but they like, look, girl, we need you to get your light up your gallery. Last week y'all show out again for me this week. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Wait a minute. Why is there? Let me see what's going on here. I got it. What is YouTube? What is YouTube doing? Because we're gonna get into some stuff. We're gonna get into a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Y'all, I'm just super excited. Oh, okay, good. There we go. There's no echo. There's no echo. Can y'all tell? I fixed the echo. There's no echo. Um, I appreciate y'all. So many new things, y'all. We just to give you guys an update. The website is coming together. The website looks so good. It looks so good. I'm super excited about this website. I have been putting what is my blood, sweat, and tears into perfecting my craft. Okay. I took my curls out, but I didn't pluck them because I didn't want to pluck them today. But just a lot of things. So we're just doing it. Okay. I was like, I gotta hurry up because I want to get tacos because my daughter is cooking. And so when she cooking, which ain't always that often, your girl got to chow down. But I want to get into some things. Hey, Pacho, how you? You guys, make sure you get in here. You tap the screen. You say hello to me. Um, it makes me pin my little goal. Okay. And my goal is this one fester gear. You guys, I'm excited about that. Share the live out. The more you tap on the screen on TikTok, it lets TikTok know, hey, I'm here, I'm live, and it boosts me up. Okay. And don't forget on TikTok, you guys, send me your daily heart me's. Okay. She said, nope, yeah. Okay. Nope, yeah, what? There is no echo. If anybody joins tonight and y'all saying that y'all hearing an echo over here on Facebook and YouTube, I'm telling you, I know you a liar. Oh, thank you. I never seen SpongeBob. Mm, mm, mm. That is so cool. I never seen the SpongeBob one. See, this is what I like. Let me tell you, I have gripes with things, and I'm going to tell you one of my gripes. I love the fact like with TikTok, like TikTok has things that it recommends for you to send or for you to ask for. But I love the fact that, let people let go, let flow, let people send what it is they want to send. So thank you. Thank you for sending me that. Shout outs to Poncho in the building. Woo! And another rose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Because I don't even know what that little gear thing is. It's supposed to say fester gear, whatever it is. I don't know, but it wanted to be sent. All right, so say I see all of y'all there. Hey YouTube, hey Facebook, say hello to me. So I want to get into some things. I asked you guys how your weeks was. You guys are pretty quiet. Um, but we're going to get into it. So tonight so one of the topics that we're going to get into is like being godparents. This came up in the conversation. So how many of you guys out there are godparents? Are you a godparent? What does being a godparent mean to you? Things like that, right? You got to let me know. Let me know. So me and one of my friends was having a conversation today, and as we were chit chatting, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to talk about this. We gotta unpack this because I'm all about self growth and getting to um the area of improvement and things like that. Why is my camera reversed over here? But it's not reversed over here. Who knows? Okay, I guess long as I see the way you see, that's all that matters is we see. Um, How are you guys doing? So here's this thing, right? We were chit-chatting about godparents, and I was like, okay, um, have you guys ever been like fired? Like, I know I've been fired of like godparent duties, right? And I laugh and I say that all the time when someone asks me, just because, you know, um, when you're friends with somebody, y'all might you make decisions and choices and things like that. But I was like, you know what? I think that this generation today has the definition or the actual wherewithal of what a godparent is mixed up. So it seems like today, this generation, the newness. I don't even want to say this just generation, because Lord, there's some people that's in my generation. Yes, but an inactive one. Probably not anymore at this point though. Oh, so you are an inactive godparent? That's what it sounds like you said. And I want to know, like, what made you guys become inactive? If you are inactive, how did you become inactive? What did it? What did something transpire? Like let me know. And so we were having this conversation, and when we were having this conversation, it just things from the past. Now, mind you, this is stuff that I don't care. I have my god kids. I love my god kids. This, that, and the third. But I was like, well, I believe I was fired from um godparent duty. So this is something that I want to know for people who are godparents out there. Hey, little girl. Hey, well, hey, share, share, share. Okay. Um, things like that. And so I was like, well, I think that today people think that the godparents are just supposed to buy the kid stuff. You just buy the kid stuff, be a babysitter, and things like that. Because I was like, well, I know my daughter, she has multiple godparents, but they all aren't active. I honestly even forgot one of them, but they all aren't active. However, the one that like one of the ones, she's older. So I know, like, if ever I call her, or if ever, my daughter needs her, she's there. So it's like what's understood with that doesn't need to be explained. Like, I could never take that away from her. Like, to this day, she still be like, oh my gosh, this and the third. She hasn't seen her since like the fifth grade or something like that. But when she graduated, she made sure she had this, she did that. So she was like that kind of god mom. So I'll never take away from her. Shout out to Miss Regina. Okay. But then she has two younger god moms who are like around like my age. One is active, when she's able to be. And then the other one just is not. So when my friend was talking, I was like, hey, well, I still say she has like three godparents. But today when we was having a conversation, it was like, I think we can retire that and I can stop saying that. So I was like, oh, so just having the conversations with the different people today, it was really cool to see, well, what everybody has a different definition of a godparent. So to me, a godparent, right? Forget, I'm not talking to myself. Make sure you join in and let me know. So my daughter has godmoms. She doesn't have a godfather. I wish she would have had a godfather. So I don't know. I don't know if that's something that the guy leads up to, whatever. I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. So um oh, and guys, hold on. Can y'all hear me? Like, how is the sound? Because the sound is crisp. Okay. And it's coming through clear. So here it is. So for me, and you guys, I'm letting you in, so no judgment. But I think I discovered too part of the reason why I really don't this contributes to me not wanting men with children. I'm just saying. I figured that out today. Because people can use children as like a pawn, right? And as a ploy. You don't want to be cool with me no more, you take the kids away. We not in a relationship no more, you take the kids away. Like, for the most part, people use kids as a toy. Can we, as a pawn? Can we agree to that? Can we agree with that? Yes, y'all follow my the baddest moderator in the land, right? So this is how it is when it comes to God kids. If you're a godmother, let me know, right? So for me, I'm like the father, right? If you ask me to be the godparent to your children, I'm your godparent to your children, whether me and you are friends, whether you stop talking. Oh, thank you for liking the show. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. You guys don't forget to send those daily heart me's, or help me reach my goal. I just need one little Jeter gift, right? So I'm still learning TikTok, whatever that stuff means. So um Oh, hey, Miss Hood. Oh, thank you. How your hair looks good and unique. Thank you for joining in all the way from, I think you're like in Pakistan. Hi, I'm Sherry Hood. We do a lot of work together, you guys. Shout outs to him. This is who designed the cover for my book. Shout outs to him. If you ever need some services, look him up. So here we go, right? So I come from the type of thing where if you ask me to be like your kid's godparent or something like that, I'm going to honor that. That's like a badge of honor. And the godparent is supposed to. So I thought you choose the godparents based off of if something were to ever happen to you. This is oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yo, TikTok, we showing up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. 20 Fest Pop Balls, y'all. Woo! It's um so for me, if you ask me to be your kids, god kids, I'm gonna treat them like they're mine. If something was to happen to you, things like that, I am going to be there, right? So Benita said, "Yep," especially the fathers. Well, not all of them. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to be there. Hey, Andre, how are you? Um, I'm going to be there. So here it is. When we were talking about it earlier, I said, well, I feel like in one of my past friendships, I was the dad as far as, well, she treated me like that because I was the godmother to both of her children. So it's like if someone makes you the godparent to both of their children, you got to be pretty damn special. They got two different kids, two different baby fathers. It's like there's something in you that they admire. So I thought, right? So I think that this is the thing. Oh, you lit up my gift gallery. Yo, hold on. I have never had my gallery lit up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She's lit up my gallery. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you. Thank you, Morgan PH Care Consulting. Yes. So here we are. Um, we weren't, she stopped being my friend. I've never stopped being nobody's friend. Okay. Y'all know how I feel. We all will be attract anybody that was my friend. I always tell y'all I've never lost a friend because if the Lord seemed fit for you to be in my life, you would still be in my life. Okay. So, however, I still tried to show up as a godparent. So when me and my other best friend was talking earlier today, and they were saying, well, they're a godparent and they aren't seeing eye to eye with um their god kids parents either, but they still are active and they still do with the kids. So I was like, okay, cool. So you kind of have a different outcome from me. And they was like, yeah. um and then the thing is too, I learned the difference too. When you have a relationship with the kids outside of the parent, that plays effect too. Well, my god kids was little, you know what I mean? They were little, so I had to, in order to deal with them, I told you I was a baby father. In order to deal with them, I had to deal with the parent, and if the parent didn't deal with me and didn't talk to me, then I couldn't deal with the kid. So it just was one of those type of things where I also believe that this plays a part as to why I don't do men with children, because it's like if I feel like kids shouldn't be introduced into a situation um unless it's going to be a permanent thing. This is me. This is me. I'm not saying, hello alert. This is just me, right? No judgment to people who do it because I've seen it and I know people who've done it and it's very successful, right? So just for me, I was never that person that brought a lot of different men around my kid. Like she's a little girl, so I never really did that. So it was almost like if someone is here and they come home and y'all doing whatever, because y'all know I used to play house, but I'm talking about now. It's like you have to mean something. This we have to be going somewhere. Like where are we going? But now she grown, so it's kind of like no, you don't gotta meet her. We ain't gotta. This ain't what we gotta do. But when it comes to children, I feel like we sometimes as parents or as the adults in the kids' life, look, Andre said, I agree. Okay, Andre, you always do. Okay, honey. I think we forget that kids have feelings, kids get attached, and kids like people. And just like you and I, I'm pretty sure if you look at your childhood and you go through your childhood, you'll be able to see at least one person who you can go to and it be like you remember Mr. Jenkins or Mrs. Johnson from when you were little. Like little kids are people are impressionable and you just never know the impact that or should I say the imprint that okay, wait a minute, TikTok trying to make me wear something, some filter or something. Okay, I picked that one. You never know when you can what effect you'll leave on a child. So that's another reason why it's kind of like be careful. I've always been careful of that because kids do have feelings. Although being in the growing up, if you grew up in a black household, child, you was told we kids ain't had no feelings and kids ain't had no stress. That's what we learned. Okay, but it's like, okay, I remember being little. I was like like 5 years old. And I remember I would always go down the street to Mr. and Mrs. Davis' house. Mr. and Mrs. Davis, they was an older white couple, an old white married couple. It's so funny. I just was talking about this at like a Bible study thing. Um, they were an older white couple, right? I'm 5, I'm outside, whatever, where we used to live when I was little. And um not saying my mother didn't teach me things. I don't want anybody to mix and screw that, what I'm about to say. It's just that things make an impression. So while I'm down this lady house, they're white, right? They're different from us. She's showing me how to make the tea and what to do with the tea and how to set this and um cleaning the spoons and hey, you sit and you sip the tea and you eat a cracker with the tea, but when I would drink tea with my grandmother would have toast. So it's like all of those things. She showed me how to pick pick vegetables and things out of a garden. I didn't care, but I used to go down there and just play in their house. And I think the reason why they were like so receptive was because they were older, but their son, they had one son, he was grown, and they didn't have any grandkids. So here comes the little color girl as the as the grandkid, I guess, and do things that they would tell. I would litter. Mr. Davis, he did not play littering, right? I when I would be defiant, being a bad little kid, I littered and ran through the bag of chips and ran, but I would still go down there and be down there in a house with his wife. And now that I think about that, that was so wrong. But I was 5. God, please forgive me. I should not have did that. But I was 5. I was 5. But I'm sitting here. I just want to tell y'all, if you look back and think over your life, there's some stuff where you'd be like, why did I do that? So she said, I remember. Yeah. So he was big on that. You do not litter. Now, I did grow up to be a litter bug, but it was instilled in me very young not to litter. He didn't play about his grass. He didn't, Mr. Davis, he didn't play about a lot of stuff. But I got to see where him as the husband and Miss Davis as the wife, he did everything around the house. She ain't had to do nothing. She could just literally sit in the house and do nothing. They had little knickknacks and all of that. So this is why, this made an impact on me as a kid. Then one of my other neighbors was Miss Jennings. Well, Miss Jennings taught me how to sweep, right? And now what I'm saying is, it's just like when you have a friend or when you're trying to tell your kids something, they'll listen to their friends, or you may even listen to your friends before you listen to somebody else. It doesn't mean that your friend, your mom or whoever don't know what they're talking about, but sometimes different people you receive things differently from different people. So here it is. Miss Jennings had taught me how to sweep. I'm like, well, why do I want to sweep? She had the little, y'all remember the little, I think they might still got them. The brooms that got the hard wood at the bottom of it, real sturdy, get up in them corners. You could sweep the carpet with it, right? So she taught me how to sweep. So I remember being with Miss Jennings, and Miss Jennings taught me how to sweep. I remember being at Devin in them house. They had a house with a mother and father. And I learned not to freaking touch a dog while it's eating because they're mean little dog. They had a mean little chihuahua named Spike. That mother freaker bit me one day, okay? So that's when I learned from the father. He said, no, you don't touch a dog while the dog is eating, So it's different things like that. I actually was in the house playing darts one day, and that was the first time a dart went in my neck, actually. Um, I was standing there. I learned not to stand there while people throwing darts, but I didn't know he threw the dart trying to get the boy. It didn't go in there, but the dart went straight in my neck, right here. Um, so it's just like things like that. So here it is when it comes to kids and people with their kids, is like, don't introduce your children to me if this is not going to be something that we're going to do. So also don't give me an instruction of your kid of being like a godparent if you know that um whenever you come and you get in your feelings and you don't want to be my friend no more, you want to strip me of my duties. She said, you came running to me to show you. Yeah, and I don't know who it is. Somebody wiped it. I remember somebody wiped it and then they put like Vaseline on it. Like, these is all those Negro remedies that we do. Because why would you wipe my wound and then put Vaseline on it? I don't know. But I mean, hey, it didn't bleed very long and it wasn't hard. And I remember just running out the basement crying. It wasn't done on purpose. We were playing darts. She said, laugh out loud. I did that before. My dog almost bit the shit out of me. Okay. But see, here it is with Draco. I can touch Draco when he eats. Like we can touch Draco. So my sister, my nephew Xavier always act like he afraid of Draco. Marlo, he always yells at Draco. Janiyah, we can touch Draco while he eats. He doesn't act up because that's where he usually let me wipe his feet. So he's used to that. I don't think he will let anybody else do it. But that's what I'm saying. I learned how not to do that. Right. She said facts. The kids have nothing to do with grown people emotions. Exactly. Right. Okay. So you follow me, right? So my thing with that is, like I said, I think that plays a part as to why I don't do men with kids, because it's like, not only do we not think about how the kids may feel, you also aren't thinking about how I feel. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm not the parent. I don't have to say so. So how I feel really doesn't matter. So needless to say, I just remember I wasn't working. This was during a time where this was during a time when I wasn't working. And I just and I've told this story before, but it comes back tonight because it was needed to be for a reason. Somebody need to hear it, I guess. Right. So we come back. So when we come back, I wasn't working at the time. So I had bought both of the kids Christmas gifts. I got both of the kids Christmas gifts. Or I was working, but I think I was going back and forth to court or something. Yeah, I was working, but I was back and forth to court, so money was funny. You know what I mean? Change was strange. But however, I had got toys. And I just remember like yesterday, like I called, it was Christmas. She put them on the phone. She let me tell him Merry Christmas. He knows who I am, things like that. And I was like, I got you some stuff because I knew what he liked. I think back then he had like Spider-Man and stuff like that. I was like, I got you some toys. So I even said to the mother, hey, I got him some stuff. I got both of them some stuff for Christmas. Let me know when to meet you or where to bring it. I'll meet you or you can come get it. It doesn't matter, but I got them toys for Christmas. She said, okay. Needless to the mother freaking say, here we are. They've never got them toys. I ended up actually giving them away and giving them to somebody else. You understand? So this is when it was like, okay. And even then when that happened, right? I didn't even, it was just like, damn. I was like, what? She really ain't get the toys. I'm not gonna call you about it. I'm not gonna, you get what I'm saying? Because I do have this thing where it's like, I'm not going back and forth with nobody about no kids. You don't want me to see the kids. You don't want me to see the kids. I can go outside. I always say, man, my sisters, when I think if y'all go on my YouTube channel from years ago, me and my sisters we was talking and said how if we were the men and if we came back, we were the men, we would be deadbeat dads. I own that. Like, I'm not arguing with you to get no kid. Like, why am I gonna argue with you to change my schedule? Had to not do what I want to do. You don't want me to see the kid. You don't want me to see the kid. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, but that had bothered me. So it was like, okay, well, I didn't get this stuff because I was like, and I wanted to, I wanted to like call and voice how I felt about it. But it was like, okay, at the end of the day, they're not your children. They're not your children. They're not your children. And so even after that, I want to say he had like graduated from like elementary school or something, right? So this is what I'm saying. It took some years and it took time and things to happen for me to get to the place where it's like, yo, we really have to not allow what people choose to do to us to really affect us and make us feel bad about us or make us stop being who we are. And that is one of the most I don't know about you, but I know for me, throughout life, that is very challenging. It's nothing like you treating people way different and better than they would treat you. It's nothing like you showing up in friendships. And I can honestly say, not in all of them, not in all of them. I'm not even gonna give, I can't even say that. And they know, if they know, they know. But I have always been more of a friend to my friends than the friends were to me. Anybody else ever got that? Anybody else feel like that? Y'all ever experienced that? That I showed up, I'm reliable, I'm dependable. And the thing is, even with this ex-friend in general, I hated the fact that when we would sit and I would have a conversation with them, like, well, what it is? And they were like, well, I always would tell people, Candace is reliable, Candace is dependable. If I need Candace, Candace is there. Like she might be mean as a rattlesnake, but she gonna be there. I can rely on her. And I love the fact that I am that, but I hated the fact that he made me this way. I want to get it right. Like I hated the fact that he made me that way to where as though I'm getting the shitty end of the stick in friendships. I used to have a lot of one-way friendships. A lot of one-way friendships. And it's like, okay. She said, girl, me too. Okay, I knew I want the low, girl. Make sure y'all liking the screen, y'all share the show's habit. So here we are, right? And I'm like, okay. My godson at the time, he had graduated. He had graduated from like elementary school. And I learned that he had graduated online. And I did. Like, I'm very expressive. Y'all know that's me. I'm very expressive. You ain't got to guess how I feel. You ain't got to assume. Like, you gonna know. You're gonna know if I feel a way. And I called and I text and I was like, damn. I let the Christmas slide. You understand? I let all that. But the graduation, like, I ain't not gonna lie, like that cut me to my core. And I'll never forget, like, I used to talk to my cousin about it all the time. Like, back then, I was talking to my cousin about it all the time. Like, she knew that really hurt me. And I was like, yo, I remember saying, why didn't you tell me about such and such as graduation? I would have came to the graduation. And then, like, their response was, well, why would I tell you about that graduation? We're not even friends. Like, I didn't even know we weren't friends. So I'm learning all this at one time. Okay. You ever have a conversation with somebody and you just start learning all this stuff all at one time? And you're like, well, where was I at when this happened? Like, what I missed? Okay. Where was the email? Did you send a Skype? Did you send a dove? Where was the crane with the message? Like, I didn't know this. I thought it was just like a regular little attitude thing. But by then, it was easier for the friendship to part because the friendship already wasn't really a friendship at all. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, it is what it is. But the kids is involved. So it's like, yo, the kids is involved. Yes, experienced it last week. Oh, you experienced it last week? Oh Lord. See, that's what I'm saying. Let me guess. Somebody ain't come to your birthday party who you always show up for and you always there for them and they ain't come to your function or they ain't even check to see how it was going or what you was doing or if you had fun or even who came or what they didn't do. You let me know that in the comments. So I was like, okay. And I was like, yo, I would have came. And she was like, well, we're not even friends. And I didn't do this. I'm like, yeah, but they're my god kids. Like, regardless of how you feel, I would have still come to his graduation. Like, what are we doing right now? And and then my goddaughter, she was young. She didn't remember. She don't remember me at all. You know what I'm saying? No shade. It ain't. I don't feel bad about it, but I had more of the relationship with my godson. He said, "Yep, I hit it on the head. I'm good. See, I'm good. Oh, we're gonna have to get into that. That's another thing. Y'all stop showing up for people who don't show up for you. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm all about we gotta be there, but stop showing up for people. We gotta stop showing up for people who don't show up for us. For real. That's a lesson. I don't know why that it seems to be a lesson that we learned the hard way. But that's because our hearts are pure. We're made differently, right? So when I said that to her, I was like, that was her response to me. And I said, well, wait, because just because you feel a way towards me, that doesn't take away anything of how I feel about the kids. Yo, I would still come. And she was like, well, the young one, she doesn't even know you. And why would I invite you? And this, that, and the third. And I just was like, oh, okay. So that's when I said, I'll never freaking inquire about them kids again, and I'll continue to live my goddamn life, you know. But at the same time, like I see them in what is that part? I see them. Hello, okay. Give me some hearts. Tap the show. Tap the strap. Give me some hearts, like for that. Okay, for that part. And so it's like, you know, I you know, that's when I said I am not even worried about any of that stuff, And I just remember my cousin was telling me, Candace, when people come in your life, you let them in. When they ready to go, you gotta release them. You can't get upset because of what people choose to do. You can't get upset if these people don't want you to see the kids. You can't get them, like it took a lot. Like that really bothered me. You know what I mean? So this is why I learned too years ago, but even more, it's more and more clear today. That's part of the reason too why I don't do niggas with kids. I don't do niggas with kids. Um, because you enter children into a situation, and then if it doesn't work out, you rip them away. Now, if you meet somebody new and the new person is acceptive to your children, and let's say the old person, still has this relationship, right? Well, now you got your new person in some cases who may feel away like, what? Because I don't like lingering exes either. Okay. See, I got a lot of what I don't, but see, this is the point. At least I know who I am. Okay. I don't like lingering exes. And I don't ever want to be a lingering ex. Yeah, matter of fact, I ain't a lingering ex. We are done. Like if once we done, we are done. None of a tragedy transpire like something has before. Of course, I'll reach out and that'll be that. But as far as that, I'm done. Like when I'm done, I'm done. Like it ain't nothing to talk about. So it's one of those things where it was like, she had been telling me that for so long, for years, for years, for years, for years. And I was only like 20 something. I was like 25, 24, somewhere around it. No, because we was friends when I was 23. We actually had a birthday party together. So I probably was like 27, 26. I was between 24 and 26. Um, and so I just remember it, I remember crying about it. Not the friendship ending, but about the well, that was a little fucked up, wasn't it? Like girl, forget you. No, I wasn't sad about the friendship ending. It was the fact that it was children involved. So it was like, you know, I'm this person. So I said, well, people have maybe she had a different definition of a godparent than me, because I thought that as a godparent, I'm the parent. Like we in this till death do us part. You know what I'm saying? I'm there regardless. If you like it, you don't. These kids can always call on me. So then I learned today with one of my other friends, like, well, they was like, well, I think your situation is different from mine, because even though me and them kind of don't see eye to eye, I don't have to go through them to deal with the kid, because their kids are old enough too. Like my other girl kids, they older too. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I was like, I was coming here tonight to like figure out like, so who else? Who anybody else been fired from godparent duty and things like that? Are godparents still important? Do you guys feel like is it still a necessity? You know what I mean? Because honestly, at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna treat your kids the way you would treat your kids. Unless you are somebody who treat your kids like crap, then your kids will attract people to treat them like crap too. But outside of that, you know what I mean? And it just was like, dang, I was like, I wish I would have had I wish I would have made and had a Actually, I'm lying. She did have a godfather. Her godfather name is Raymond. I haven't seen him since her first birthday. He came to her first birthday party, but life happened. I don't know where he went like that. You know how that was like a dude who tried to talk to you, but then y'all end up turning into like family, and it's like, well, I think today y'all call that the friend zone. But yeah, she did have a godfather. But I couldn't even tell y'all if that man is still living or anything. I know all I know is he lived on the west side of Baltimore. I would love to see him or see if he was living. Or would he? I probably wouldn't even recognize him. He had hair. So if any of y'all know anybody named Raymond that lived on the west side, he had a little brother, and he used to drive. He used to have a Jeep Cherokee. Back in 2005. When was the night one? 2004. Yep. So it's things like that. And he was like, yeah, I'll be a godfather. But again, everybody has their own life. Yes, it is them things grown and still need their village. Okay, yeah, yes, it is. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of those things where are people picking godparents out of and having the wrong agendas? Like, I don't know if y'all have kids. Do y'all kids have godparents? What does the relationship look like when y'all don't see eye to eye? You know? So I'm just a little curious. But needless to say, yeah, I don't do niggas with kids. I ain't got time for nobody with no children. And things like that. Like, I need my time to be my time. I don't got time to be having to compete with your children. I'm sorry. And coach, my coach used to come on the show and be mad and be going back and forth with me. Like, Candace, try it. Okay, well, I tried it. And guess what? The best way to know what you do want is when you realize what you don't want. So I done tried it. I don't want it. It's not a thing for me. I don't want to split my time. I don't want to do the every other weekend thing. I don't want to do that. They sick. I don't want to do that. You gotta go to recitals. I don't want to do that. I want you for myself. What I say, selfish. What JT say on that interview? See, me and you, we live a total different life. We have a total different life. But I always take my hat off to people who are able to be in relationships with people who have kids. I'm just not one of them. But I think that if you are somebody and you are into like the blended family thing, especially if my freaking got like 4, 5, 6, 7 kids, like, yo, I take my hat off to y'all for real. I couldn't even fathom the thought. Do you hear me? And that's something that me and my best friend was talking about earlier today on the phone. I'm like, yo, the cost of living is high. See, this is how I think when it comes to that. It's like, if I was to have multiple children, I don't want my kids sleeping in sharing rooms and doing all this other stuff, right? So that means that I have to get a house big enough for everybody to have their own room, right? Now, the cost of living at this point is $2 million a month. Groceries is 4 and oxygen is 10. You do the math. I couldn't imagine what me having to get 5 kids, 6 kids, something for back to school night. It was hard trying to find the stuff for one. So anybody who's able to do that, I always take my hat off to people who are parents that have multiple children. I always do. Like, y'all need a badge of freaking honor, an award on it of its own. I definitely couldn't do it. But again, I believe that type of stuff, God knows who needs to do that type of stuff. So those are the things that's like, I can't do this. I'm not about to do that. And then me, I feel a way about dudes that got multiple baby mothers, right? Now, I started off as the first. What he chose to do after me ain't got nothing to do with me. So I am guilty by association, literally, okay? Yes, I had a community penis, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's your prerogative. Exactly. Okay, come through, Bobby Brown. That's my prerogative. Hey, CJ. My aunt is my daughter's godparents, but none for my boys. Okay. It's definitely a lot dating someone that had a responsibility to children. Yeah, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's cool. I'm not gonna mistreat your children. I'm not gonna do any of that. But however, yo, oh, I want to see you today. All right, well, I'm gonna bring the kids with me. I don't want to see the kids today. Big game over there. I don't want to see that. So it's just kind of like, I think that if we, as a people did more of dating on your level, and as far as with what you want, meeting people who match what you want. There's nothing wrong with being with people who have what it is that you want. And believe it or not, quiet as it kept, it's a lot of men out here with no kids. I'm just saying. So that plays a part too. You know what I mean? Because now suppose I don't have no money to get everybody something for Christmas. I only got money to get you something for Christmas. Let's say all the kids' birthdays back to back. And I got my one, right? So my one, my one is, let's say my one birthday in April. You got kids who birthday in May, April, June, December. So no, oh hell no. Like, I just don't want that for my life. Thank you. And don't forget the special needs parents. We got it. We're even worse. No, yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the parents who have kids with special needs. And I say that because, baby, to God be the glory. Um, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine what that's like. I would literally lose my shit. I don't know what that's like. And I have some friends who has children that are special needs. Like beyond like nonverbal, pampers, grown, need a babysitter. So, and it's just like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't know what to do. People, and I don't judge people who do that, who put their kids in like those facilities and stuff, because it is hard. It is very difficult parenting children with special needs. And I don't know that personally, but like I said, I'm around it. I know people who have it, who do it. So I see it and I hear it. And it's just like, God bless you. Like, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It can be a lot. Thank you, but it's definitely a challenge. Yeah, it is. I feel like they need more support for y'all, you guys. Um, Free support too, though. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Then you have to worry about people mistreating your children if they're like nonverbal and can't really express themselves. It just goes. It's a lot that goes into that. And yeah, it really does. And so it's just like, y'all need like badges of honor, the Purple Heart. Ain't that what they give you in the military? Y'all need the Purple Hearts, because that's definitely a lot. So that's why I'm just like, in situations when kids are involved and when friendships are involved, it's like, all right, well, you know what do you do when the things change? You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was like, okay, she told me, like, I can't do men with kids. I don't want to be the what is it called? I don't mind being a stepmom, but I don't even know what that's like. You know what I mean? But I'm also that person where it's like, my God, my God kids. She stopped being my friend. She didn't want me to be, so she revoked my rights to be their godparents. Like I said, I didn't even know that was a thing. So even with that, it became a thing where the side effect to that is I don't do kids. You know what I mean? And so I can own that. Some of y'all need to sit down and figure out the root to your problem. Okay. It's all about growth. So again, like I said, I'm not going to mistreat your children, but for me, that's just not what I want. So, yeah. So the side effect for her firing me as the godmom, it also resulted in me not being, dealing with kids, dealing with dudes, and being in relationships that had children. Because, like I said, again, going back to the earlier conversation, sometimes I think we forget that kids have feelings. And then I get upset because I can't see little Mike, or I can't see little Michelle. And I'm like, why the freak am I upset that I can't see them? They ain't my kids. But it still bothers me. So I just want you guys to be mindful. If it bothers the adults, it can also bother the children. And so when we were having this conversation early on the phone, I was like, this is a good conversation. But I learned that my best friend didn't get fired of their godparent duties, but I got fired of my godparent duties. But again, like I said, I also discovered in that friendship that that friendship was already a one-way friendship. Like I was more that girlfriend than she was to me any goddamn way. Like let's keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a bean. Let's call a thing a thing. Because like I said, when I had said something to her about it too, oh, she brought up my kid. Now, mind you, when I met her, I was already a mom. I want to say Naya was already like had already been here for like 2 years. And so when I said something to her, she was like, well, that's just like me with Janaya. If I was Janaya's godmother and me and you start being friends, I wouldn't, you wouldn't want X, Y, and Z. And I said to her, and I said, first of all, you can't use Janaya because I didn't know you when I had Janaya. Okay. However, like Andre said, true. However, if you were her godparent, I said, you're not even her godparent. But if you called and you wanted to see her, if you called and it was something that you wanted to do for her, I would have not denied you of that. You don't have to be anything for that if there is a relationship there. So, but that was her like little excuse. People like to come up with reasons that make them big. But I say, listen, whatever helps you sleep at night. I don't give a damn. But I was like, girl, you did not just compare me being the mother of both of your children. I mean, the godparent to both of your kids to the fact of my kid that was here before I even knew who you were. And I was like, oh, and then she said that. She said, so I didn't think that it was necessary for me to tell you about it. So then I said, I used the dad, right? And I said, okay, so if I was their father and me and you not together, you would have told me that the little nigga was graduating from elementary school? Oh, she ain't had no rebuttal then. So it's like, okay, this is just gonna be this. So it's just like, just do the best that you can. So that's why I said I don't know who need to hear it or whatever. Like some things, some things are just not your battle to fight. No matter how big your heart is, no matter how effective and or moving it may be. And that's something that I had to learn, that I was taught to learn. I was taught that. I didn't know anything about it. Like I said, she taught me. She kept teaching me. You cannot control things that you can't control that has nothing to do with you. And had to ask me a question. If my life, it was like, if your life changes today or tomorrow, does them kids affect you? And my answer was not. God damn it. Like, let's keep it a bean. You feel me? So I'm like, hell no. I still got my one. And then she was like, all right then. There you go. That's your answer. So it might sound a little mean, you understand? Y'all, somebody feel it. It might sound mean, but it's not. Sometimes it's the reality of the reality of the reality. And it was. Whether you wanted to be my friend or no more or not does not change the fact that, nigga, that when this friendship is over, I still got my one kid. But yeah, my feelings was hurt. She ain't come get them kids Christmas toys. I had bought them kids Christmas toys. Like I said, money was funny. So then it was so like when I was talking to my best friend and we were talking about our stories, it was like, they was like, well, damn, she didn't even consider the fact that you weren't even financially in a situation to where you should have even been buying anybody toys. And then to not come get the toys, I'm like, yeah, I should have went and beat her up. Okay, I should have went, girl, and then took her to court for my goddamn money back for them toys. You understand? But it's over, tomato. But I just thought that was a good topic to bring up tonight. Just because I was like, hey, I want to know, has anybody else been fired from godparent duty? Alexis said something, but I don't know, Alexis, if that means you were You were fired of guard parent duty. You were the guard. Did be godparent. Hold on, this is a commercial, you guys. Draco, what you not about to do is beat and bang on this door because Naya locked you out and ain't give you none of her food. Hold on, y'all. He is sick of me. Let me tell her right now. Come get him. Y'all should see him. Did y'all hear that banging? He's been banging on my door. Listen, he did that yesterday. He did that yesterday, y'all. The little commercial till she come get him. He did this yesterday. I was sitting here minding my own business, my own black owned business. He came, she let him out. I'm thinking because she let him out, he cool. He came running, charged, boom, into my door. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Did it again, boom, like he just now did, popped on it again with his hands. Sat there, I had his puppy pads in the front. And he sat there and looked at me and ripped up all the puppy pads. I was so mad, but I couldn't even be mad because he was over me because I hadn't gave him any attention at all yesterday. Y'all, I've been in here working on my website and just building the foundation of my business, and he was sick of me. So the fact that he just did good, and he probably like, girl, you said you weren't gonna be on there long. You said you was only gonna be on there 30 minutes. You've been on here 54, and that little mother freaker just came here and knocked on the door like it's time for you to go. But I believe she came and got him. All right, so we're back. So what did you say? So CJ said, "Oh, y'all was talking up a storm over here." I just yes. What Benita say? Hey y'all, enjoy the show. Remember to share it, follow on platforms. Okay, yes. So in TikTok, if anybody's there, y'all make sure y'all tap the screen. Tap the screen. This is the first time that I ever had my gallery lit up on TikTok. So shout outs to me. So CJ says, no, you ain't lying. I had to learn that twice within the last 2 years. You really just can't do anything about what you can't do anything about, no matter how genuine your intentions are. Absolutely. And that's what I had to learn. And sometimes it's not fun learning that because you're human and you have emotions. It's not fun. It's not fun learning that. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna do what we do, and um, that's like a story blast from the past that today that I was like, wow, I'm just so glad that does. Now when I do see them online, I'm also not that person. Like I don't if I see something, I might like it or something here and there. But life be life and hoes still mad. I rock a sign before I go outside. However, I get to see them grow up through social media. And it sucked at one point that I got to see kids that I genuinely cared about grow up through social media, you know? And it's one of those things where it's like now that they're older, I now that he's older, now that he damn near grown, I don't even want to overstep my boundary. Don't you laughing at me, Benita? Okay, I feel like I would be overstepping my boundary if I was to reach out like, "Hey, godson," or just like, "Hey." It's like you leave the past in the past. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? It would be no point of that. But however, if he were to reach out to me like, hey, can I call such and such? Because he probably don't remember too much neither. But hey, get it. In a heartbeat, I answer that phone. I answer that phone in a heartbeat. I'll be there in a heartbeat. And that's why sometimes I can't stand and I hate the way my heartbeat. That was some bars. Okay, come through with the bars. I gotta rewind that. What I say? Something about the heartbeat. There's something about the heartbeat, but I hate the way my heartbeat. Y'all know the vibes. Check it out. Y'all know the vibes. In 2026, let's normalize showing up for those that show up for us. Yes. Yes. That's what I was talking about earlier. And I'm trying to figure out, Andre, tell me. Women, look, before I get out of here, y'all know we about to bring back this feature of Look at me, of sharing and letting people call in. I want to know what happened at this party. Is you able to talk? Ain't nobody here but me and you. Like, you can click that button and I can see what you gonna say. Cause I'm dying and all, like, unless you want to type it. What happened? Like, what happened? Is it somebody, they didn't show up? But you know what? Because guess what? After today, we're not worrying about it no more. We're not talking about it no more. How about that? Like you said, we are going to normalize showing up for people who show up for us. And forget that. Before we normalize showing up for people who don't show up for us, we first got to normalize showing up for us before we show up for other people. Come on now. That was another bar. Where is my sound effects go? Let me see. Where my sound effects go? I'm trying to find. Look, y'all know. I don't know. I haven't quite. I'm still learning it over here. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna get it together. Hold on. I was trying to find my sound effect off of TikTok, but yeah, people just you can talk. Okay, copy and paste that link in your browser, and I'll see if I can bring you up here on the wowzer. Look at me. Come on, another fireball. I mean, y'all got to give it up. When you the queen of rap, it just comes so naturally. Wouldn't you agree? So the top feels so much better than the bottom. That ain't nothing but the truth. I've been putting myself on the back burner for way too long. Listen, today's a new day. It's a new sheriff in town. December 17th, 2025. We are not moving forward to this day. Today is the last day of putting you on the back burner. No matter how hard it may be, no matter how tough it got to be, you must have quit. Okay? Where's the link? So the link is in the comments. The link is in the comments. You just would copy and paste the link. I just you know what? I got it right here on Facebook. I could just message it to you. Hold on. Get me together. Knick knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Okay, how about that part? Okay, let me go. Let me go. Come on, girl. Shut up. Do you got to be so loud? Um, let me find you on Messenger and send you the message. I don't know. It's something about whispering that make me feel like I'm only talking to you. Um. Okay, here we go. Mm, mm, mm. But no, y'all. Show up for you. Stop. Come on now. Listen. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Put you on the front burner. Okay. Stop putting you on the back burner. Put you on the front burner. Put you on the front burner. Okay, here you are, Andre. I can send it to you. And I ain't gonna lie, Andre. I done cut a lot of people off behind a birthday party. Amen. I don't even know if Amen's supposed to go after that, okay? But the Lord knows. I sent it to you in your messenger. Now that we're about to try something different. I don't know how the microphone is gonna sound. I don't even know where the sound gonna come from. But we're gonna try it. And we're not going to judge me. I repeat, we're gonna try it. And we're not going to judge me. I tested out live. Okay? So put you on the front burner. Put you on the front burner. But yeah, before I turned 30 and stuff, um, I think it was no. After I turned 30, let's say, I started praying and I started telling God to remove people from me that wasn't supposed to be there. And a lot of people started falling off that list. So it's one of those things where it's like definitely be careful what you pray for is really a thing. But let go, let flow. Let go, let flow. You can't be concerned about it. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do this. Copy, invite, yes. You can't you can't be concerned about that. Because we're always concerned about stuff that we really don't have any control over. Control the things you can control. And then at the end of the day, the way the world is set up with God, God is always in control, and we don't really got the control over nothing, but that's something else. So yeah, you would just copy that link, you would put it in your browser. Okay. And welcome to the stage, Sexual Chocolate. We're gonna bring up Sexual Chocolate. Have you on the 1-2s?
Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, how are you? I wonder if they can hear you. Hold on, let me see. Are you talking?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you? Okay, you guys can hear him. Let me know if you guys can hear him. I was trying to check to see if I could hear you or how you were sounding online. I'm sorry, Sugarfoot. Hold on. You guys can hear him. Let me know if you guys can hear him. Well, he got to talk first, but well, happy birthday. We were able to get this to work. I would have sang happy birthday to you last week. All right, so Andre, you got to say something so I know if they can hear you and if I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Wait a minute. Okay, yes, we can hear you nice and clear.
All right. So the next day, I received all these text messages from people who didn't show up at the party. Time about I didn't remind them, so I was taken back. Like I didn't know I was supposed to remind anybody to show up. Like you got the invite.
Right.
I didn't think that I was supposed to remind you to show up somewhere. I mean, if you invite me somewhere, I make a mental note. I write it down. Candace, bam, this is where I need to be.
Okay.
Um, then I receive, I call them like guilt text messages because it was like, sorry, I couldn't make it with your cash app. And it's
Heavy
like
on the sorry I couldn't make it with your cash.
that part. And the same thing, but it was the people, like you said, who I showed up for 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Even when, and I explained to you, like me being, being home, whatever, because of my, it's injury,
Yeah. Yeah.
my hips.
Yeah.
And still showing up in pain now, in pain, like still showing up for functions like, hey, I'm here. And it's like, but I got to remind you to come somewhere.
Mm-mm-mm. And the thing, me and one of my friends was talking about that too. People remember what they want to remember.
Of course.
People show up for the people that they want to show up for.
Definitely.
And my thing too, if you know that this is my birthday, why I gotta text you and remind you of my birthday?
That part.
And if you know I'm having a party, why you didn't put this on your calendar? Set a
But you
reminder
told me
or
that
set a timer.
but they was like, I bought
Was
my
these like people that you knew for years or what? Like,
years, over 30, 40 years. Exactly.
oh, so they know your birthday.
Exactly.
Mm.
And you the one told me, like, I done got my shirt already. I'm ready. Da, da, da. Okay. See you there. I see you there.
Oh,
But
so yeah, because you had a theme. So they
right.
already had their so prior to they told you they had their outfit. They had their theme
That part.
already.
They so excited. Can't wait. The whole nine.
So did they text you on your birthday to say happy birthday? At
Some did
least?
and some didn't. That was the other part about it.
Even the ones who had the outfit already.
Right. Didn't
Huh?
actual birthday. Text message, no nothing.
No, I said even the ones who had their outfits already together, they didn't text
Right.
you either, or
Right. Yes. Some of them didn't text either.
and so what was the reason when you spoke to them, if you even spoke to them?
Most of them, like I said, they did it by text. And it just was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it," or I didn't remind them. So,
Wow.
and
Wow.
what's your cash app, stuff like that. Like, okay, but I
And, and,
want to
and
do
and what they
that.
said you a cash app? $20?
There you go.
See, you know you was out of line. First of all, you turned 50. They could at least sent you 50. You know, I'm one of
Yep.
them. Okay. But my thing is, you not you knew about my party. You already had your outfit for the party because it was a themed t-shirt party. And then you didn't show up. Some of y'all didn't even text me on my birthday to say happy birthday. And then some of y'all, when y'all did show up, your text message was, "Oh, I forgot what's your cash at."
Right.
Yeah. So are you going to continue? Like, how are you feeling with the friendships? Like, was this, is this something that you'll continue and just like you said, okay, I'm just going to show up for people who show up for me? Or was it like, this is like the straw, the cherry on top for some of these friendships? Like, we are done.
Yeah. Some of it is the cherry on top. I can't,
Okay.
because that's like you say that you get tired of always keep being that one to show up for everybody else, and it's when your turn, people want to drop the ball for no reason.
Yeah. Shirley said exactly why I stopped showing up. You know, I used to attend every event. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. You know, the one thing that get me with people is people will go out and they pay to go to clubs or sections, but the minute you have a party or something and it costs $10 or $20 for a ticket, it's crickets. Don't nobody want to pay $20 for a ticket. Why wouldn't you pay $20 for the ticket when 9 times out of 10 you're not even giving me a birthday gift?
That part,
Okay.
definitely that part.
So I mean, me and my sister was talking about it before because I was like, you know what? You get to a point where you tired of just spending your money having parties for other people to come to have fun on your dime. And granted, it's for you. So let's make that clear. It is for you because I used to have parties all the time. It is, and it was always like free though. But it is for me. It is for me. And if I invite you to be a part of something that's cool, but to just not come to my stuff or have an issue with paying for something, knowing you do it for everybody else or anything else, I just look at that as, you just don't want to hang with me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what
And I
other
mean,
reason could it be? You just don't, or you just didn't want to attend. You just didn't
and
want
I had one friend. He came all the way from New York City on Greyhound.
wow.
On Greyhound. And when
Wow.
I say like I wasn't even expecting him to come because I'm like, he in New York. He ain't coming over to Baltimore.
But it was his
You don't even
business.
live here.
Yeah.
But he was in here.
And that's the thing. I will say this too. Like I said, I have some really good friends. I'm not gonna lie. The ones that I have, they're really good friends. I can't even say that. But growing up and just like over through like going through life, my friend who lives in New Jersey, like you just said, your friend in Greyhound, she always made it her way to come up here for. She came up here for my daughter's first birthday party. She drove up here. She brought one of her friends up here. I have some stuff if she's able to come because I want her to come. I always let her know in advance because she lives out of state. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I tell y'all that this girl is approximately, what the GPS say? I think she is like 298 miles away or something like that. Um, she spent more of a friend to me over the years than the friends, like you said, the ones who live here. So is that like that with your friend that lives in New York or what?
Like, yeah, because usually he in town, he will, stop through or whatever. Like I just wasn't expecting him to come down here
Yeah,
on a Sunday of all day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. He came on a
But he
Sunday.
came. He came.
Had to go to work tomorrow. Here it is. Some of y'all heifers knew about this, and then y'all didn't show up at all. And yeah, look, she said always showing up for us. Yeah. So because that's the thing, is like, and it's not even about stuff, it's like whether you want to have a conversation or you want to talk to them or whatever. It's usually the ones that you least expect that end up being more, I don't want to say more loyal. Maybe we shouldn't even say more of a friend. What's the word should we use? They end up just they want you in their life just as much as you want
Right.
them in theirs.
Right.
What word
And
would
like
we
that's
come up for that,
and
y'all?
see with me, like I have so many cousins. So it was
Oh,
always my cousins
got
first,
you.
then a little bit of friends that I may, acquired. But
Okay.
those cousins, they gonna be there, definitely.
So
Without a
so you
shadow of a
so
doubt.
you so you grew up like CJ said committed. You grew up with because I know some people like that too, where one of my friends too, they're very family oriented. So with them, it's kind of like they don't care if friends show up because they be and they hang with each other. That's
Right,
how it is with you and your cousins.
right. Because
Okay,
like, on both sides, I have a lot of cousins.
got you.
So yeah, I was always, them first. So, once they in there, you be like, who are these damn they cousins?
Yeah. Did you have a good birthday?
I definitely did. I sure did. I definitely did. And I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's all it's about. And like I
Yeah.
told him, I'm going to celebrate me. I ain't going to wait for nobody else to say,
Don't
I'm throw you
worry.
a party. Now, they
Don't
did throw
worry.
me a party at 40, but 50 was on me. I'm like, I'm going to celebrate me. Because
Yes.
again, we don't know how long we're going to be up in this piece called life.
Okay,
And I'm
go
going to make sure I celebrate myself.
I'm with you when you're right. Yeah, I say that too. You know, we can't don't wait for somebody else to pat you on your back. You pat you on your back. You have to pat you on your back. You be there for you. Because if like you said, we sit around waiting for other people to do something for us, it'll never get done.
At
It,
all.
it'll never get done. But I'm glad that you um had a good birth, were able to still have a good birthday. Uh did you let that affect your mood or did it not kick in?
Absolutely not.
Or
Like I
did it
said,
not
that
kick in until the
because
next day? Like, damn, they really
no,
ain't show
because
up.
all that was just guilt. So I knew it was coming from a place of guilt. Like,
Got you.
you missed out. We had a good ass time.
Yeah. And that's something that I had to learn too. My cousin used to tell me, appreciate it, the people who show up.
That, yep, right there.
If whoever is supposed to be there will be there.
Gonna be there. Yep. Rain, sleet, hail, whatever, they gonna be there.
Yes. And that's how I looked at it from I had to start looking at that everything because when like I remember my 5-year anniversary, I had it was so beautiful. Like it was like so beautiful. It happened during a rough part of my life though, but it was enough people in there, but you know, my tickets was like 125 because it wasn't a regular little thing. I had got the hall, I had got all this. So when it came to my anniversaries, I would always go overboard for my anniversaries because it was for my business. But I kind of got to the point where I did stop having the anniversaries and I started just doing it upon with me and like my friends and stuff like that. And then I stopped doing it too because I wasn't sure if I was still wanting to do it, you know, because of life. But hey Raleigh girl. Look, speaking of God kids, there go my God kid right there on TikTok. So um I was like, no. I started just doing them. I started just celebrating it amongst me, but I was trying to make it an all-inclusive thing. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
the people who are here, you know, you watch, you tune in. Hey, if she have something, come on, that's like a meet and greet type thing, you know. Like, oh, so you're the person I be talking to on the internet all the time. You know, it's a difference. But yeah, I had stopped having it too. Like people showed up for the anniversary too. But what I will say too with a lot of things, you know, for you and anybody else out there who's an entrepreneur, it's funny how you ever notice how sometimes people will root for you and they'll want you to do something, but the minute you start structuring it or it's starting to look like what you're doing, you're taking it serious, the engagement slows down, the support slows down. It's always oh, I didn't see that online. Like I know you live online, but you don't
Right.
see my stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
it's like I had to rise above all of that. And it was an issue for me um early on. Like I say it all the time. Like y'all know what I'm doing. I don't have a campaign. So why aren't you sharing my stuff? Why do I have to ask you to share my stuff? Why do I have to remind you to share my stuff? When I'm sure if I hit the jackpot, you wouldn't remember that you wouldn't remember to not be there with your hand out.
Right.
You feel me? Like, let's call a
Right.
thing a thing. So it's one of those things. But I had to really get over and get past that. Thank you. I had to really over that and get over that. And my nephew had reminded me. He was like, "Yeah, you wrote about that in one of your magazines." And I was like, "Oh, you read the article?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I remember I put it in one of my articles where it was like I had to have I had an epiphany that you know what I want to do in life or what you may want to do in life. Oprah Winfrey ain't following none of my friends. My friends ain't got no major connections. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, why do I need to care about what you are and what you aren't doing? Yeah, it matters, it helps. But at the same time, on the backside, too, God has been showing me, like, girl, I'm gonna make you move. I'm gonna get you seen. I'm gonna get you engagement. I'm gonna get you customers. I'm gonna get you clients without them. So I say all that to say he always in control, okay? Don't fall a victim and a slave to the support system. Because that support system will leave you crept up because you got some people who won't even support you just because they jealous.
That part.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to make it just like you. Why you feel away? So yes, celebrate you is an overstatement. Always celebrate you. So I'm glad I sang to you last week. I'm so glad I was able to sing to you. I'm glad that you had a great birthday. I love birthday cake. You know, had I got an invitation, I'd have showed up. You know, if it was on my radar and if I could do so. But I definitely feel like yo, if you're not going to be able to make it to some people's stuff, y'all let them know ahead of time. And if it's a situation where you like, yo, I don't want to go because I really don't have no gift, why ain't really money a little tight, communicate that. I'm sure if your friend wants you there, they'll understand. Yo, I just want you there.
And yes. Yes.
Just be there. Just be there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing. Because I want to get back into having y'all call in on some of these conversations, y'all. Because we got to get into some of this stuff. Um, Anything else? Anything new? Anything you would like to say before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Andre. And I'm going to um I don't know what to do with this. Let me see. Look, I'm learning what to do and all of that. I don't know what to do, but you by you joining in like this let me know. I didn't know. You could just join with just the audio only and not come up on the screen. So that was cool. Thank you for picking that option and let me learn that. So I need to start doing this stuff more often with the guests. I am going to be bringing guests back on. It's just two for you guys. I'm in the season. I've literally only been moving and doing things when Lord tells me what to do, and it's been very effective. So once He tells me to move on to do a certain part, and we do it, it'll get done. But I'm getting things in order. So if you see me posting online, share it. If I'm not doing a show one day, um don't be alarmed because I'm working on several things. But yeah, we are getting there. Oh, what I will share with you guys tonight, I want to share with you guys this. Let me find it. Just over here working on things. Um, nope, it's down here. I want to show y'all. Is it this? No. I wanted to show you guys the book cover. And okay, we're getting close. How was you guys this week? Y'all got any plans this weekend? Let me know. And thank you for all the gifts that were sent tonight on TikTok. If you sent the donation to the show, thank you. I appreciate it. She said, "When are you coming back to my house?" See, she bossy. I gotta put it in the itinerary. I'm coming. Okay, boom. Oh no, that's not the right one. I'm coming. I promise I'm coming. I gotta put it on my schedule, Riley girl. Well, I could show y'all this because it's a new one. Are y'all ready for Christmas? She said, "Good." Yes, I'm gonna come up there. That's funny because I was just talking about you tonight. I was like, I gotta go up there and see my goddaughter because I gotta come up there. That's funny. I was just saying that about you today, and then you show up. I was like, that girl has been asking me to come up there. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all see this way. Even though the only thing that's different on is the bottom. She said, I got plans to sleep in both Saturday and Sunday. Girl, sounds like a plan to me. Okay. I'm with you when I'm right. I'm with you when you're right. Let's share the screen. All right, you guys. So coming 2026, you guys almost, I got gifts to wrap. Oh, nice. I don't get gifts. But I did get an unexpected gift today. All right, y'all. Look at this. Coming 2026, y'all. This is the book cover. I'm working on this. My baby is on the way. My baby is on the way. I repeat, my baby is on the way. This is your conscience speaking. Yeah. How to get over a heartbreak in 10 days. I cannot wait. It's a guide to release what broke you. This has been a journey. Uh this right here has been a journey. It's on the way. It's coming. I'm super excited. Uh got the what I got. I got the final book cover done. It's different stuff on the book cover, but this is the basis of the book cover. My name is at the bottom. Some other things are on the spine. Uh, my picture and the summaries and all that are on the back. I cannot wait for this. To put this out there. So to give you guys a heads up, it's a tool. This is a tool that you can use through all scenarios, not just relationships and all that, but it works for everything. It works if you work it. I'm super excited about it. Um, I've been working on this for some years, and I'm excited. This is my baby. I want to be another best-selling author, and this time I want to be a best-selling author under my own project. I also have if you know anybody who needs any like training or social media stuff, or if you want to gift them something, I have new stuff like that on the way. I have a social media training guide. Okay, so look, this is when we get into the stuff that I was supposed to be keeping a secret, but y'all don't never let me keep it a secret. Let me show you. Okay, because y'all, I'm gonna be pushing. We going to be doing this. Where is it? Phew. Okay, here's my other one. You said you like it. Thank you, CJ. So I've been over here working. Yo, I've been over here working. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. And I don't know what she's saying, but yeah, what does she be saying? I do anybody know what she be saying? Is your if you got a big whoop, let me jerk it. I put my thing down and all right, let me see. It's your that song get on my damn nerves. And this is my other book. Well, hold on, girl. Get you out the way. Well, not me out the way. Get you out the way. Put me here. How do you enlarge? How do I enlarge? Enlarge my territory. Now, how do I add it back? Well, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm up here trying to figure it out. Oh, image. Hold on. I don't know how they put it back up there. How do I add it? Remove from the studio. No, I need to add it back up there. See y'all. See what happened when I just try to do stuff a new way? Add to stage. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on, y'all. Oh no. Add to stage. Okay, well, either way, you got me double, okay? In the back and in the front. um, let me move this so I can see it. And boom. Boom. There we go. Okay, so the girl, so the girl been putting in the work. Okay. Yes, that part. What CJ said. And the fruits is fruiting. Okay, come through. So this is my social media training manual, social media training guide. If you guys know anybody who need it, wants it, like it, love it, want some more of it. That's the best selling type cover right there. Okay, come through. That's one of them. Okay, come through. Okay, child. Okay, like let's put that in our atmosphere. So this is an ebook though. So this is digital only, and it is on. It's really cool. It has different things, different tips, all this other stuff that you can utilize. And yeah, I'm out here working. So when I tell y'all, don't feel away if when I'm not doing a show, when the communication is a little delayed in the group or communication is delayed on the internet. I am I'm working on stuff. And pretty soon you guys will be able to see the whole deluxe. Whoopsh. I'm super excited to be able to share that with you guys. I'm super excited to be able to get ready to share that with you guys. Um, yeah. So listen, if you know anybody, let me know. If you know anybody um who has a business and they need advertisement, they want advertisement. They have a business and they, want exposure. They need stuff done on their page. It's like I literally have everything. Oh y'all, and we move and okay, and we moving on up to the east side to a deluxe mansion in the sky high high. I have my first like official employee. Woo! So I have an employee. I have an employee that is able to assist and do things. So I'm excited for all of this stuff that's going on. And so I've been training, um my employee. I've been training them, setting them up with their different credentials and stuff that they need for stuff. So I've just been you listen, I just been doing what I've been doing. Okay, Miss Payroll. Listen, now I'm speaking, okay? When you got people who rock with you, that's like, you know what? When you get you something, like I always used to say, if I had 100 bonitas, it'd be a beautiful thing. Um, they get incentives, okay? But the goal is the more the cash flow in, then I'll be able to do and flow out. And that part requires you guys, with the engagement, the sharing of the post, the sending the donations. Um, if you don't want to donate through Cash App and you have another way that you like to donate, I can actually send you a link to do the donation. When I'm on TikTok, sending out the points, tapping and all of that. So, because that's the goal. The goal is payroll. So when you finally have some people that rock with you just for who you are and they believe in what you do, such as like Bonita, it's a beautiful thing, So that's what I've been doing. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm getting some help. I have help, and God has sent me people to help me. And yeah. Okay. So I would say good evening. Well, looky, who we have here. Okay. Look who showed up to the party. Hey, Sonera girl, how are you? Please excuse my tardiness. Just got home from job number 2. Oh, girl, job number 2. But the first one, they don't really seem like they know what to do. You got job number two. Okay, girl, get that coin, girl. I ain't gonna ever, you got to do what you got to do, girl. Get that coin. When in doubt, you can always roll back that beautiful bean footage. Um, but yeah, you guys, so we're coming along. We're doing things great. Um, I've just been over here planning, getting things together. Yes, I love it. Like we're like one bigger family. What they say, we are family, like a giant tree, reaching out for the stars. I like that. Hey, Sanera. Hey, CJ. Hey, CJ. Um, yeah, so every Wednesday we're here, and I've just been being obedient and just following and doing the things that God is placing on me to do. If you are watching from YouTube, please make sure that you like that video, you like the live, you like this video. And you can always leave a comment. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've been stuck at 855, but I have also not been pushing it. So we're in those type of things. But hey, if ever you see me in my stuff on TikTok, repost. Sharing is caring. Let's get let's get it going. Um, yeah, I'm just super excited about all the things. Your new name sound be should be candy coated songs just because you keep a song on deck. Listen, Shanice called me jukebox. Yes, she do. Shanice called me jukebox. Y'all remember I used to have it real bad. I used to sing every show. And, so this is how I know it's like it's just coming back. I'm just doing whatever. It's coming to be abundantly clear. If I'm not singing a song, I'm quoting a movie. Okay, she got it right. Yeah. So some people call me jukebox, but I mean, hey, I just saying I can only be me. You understand? Um, but yeah, I've been over here, you guys, working and getting it together and just trusting the process. Because I thought it was just going to be a show. Like I just wanted my show and do all this, and God, and over here, He opened up a whole nother doorway. Just so you guys know, like I have like a rewards program. Like I created all this stuff. Like if you guys ever purchase, and I know some of y'all have. Hold on, y'all remember these? The day ones. Remember this? Y'all remember the VIP memberships? Shout outs to everybody who did purchase one. Although I still got a whole bunch of them, okay, but that's not the point of this message. But those who were supposed to buy and be a VIP member, they bought it, okay. But I am now able. I have it where it's all under. It's all coming under one umbrella. You got that? Okay, come through. She said I still have mine. Thank you, girl. Come through. Come through. Want to come through? You know. And I am super excited because all of my ideas, everything that I wanted to do, it's now, you guys, it's all coming together. Oh, you too. What? Yup, I still have my. Come on. Come on for the loyalty. Y'all, I was about to go. Y'all trying to make me cry. Are y'all trying to make me cry? Listen, I didn't even know this. Thank you. Thank you guys. Like for real, for being here, believing and achieving and getting something that is with my brand and yet alone my goddamn face on it. You understand? God Lord, like who said you wanted to look at me all day? You understand? But I'm just super excited. Everything was trial. I don't even want to say trial and error. I just learned and just keep leveling it up. And I found a way to make it work because I have businesses and I kind of low key still would be wanting to get these out just because but what's stopping me from doing it is because you see the expiration say 2023 on there. That lets you know when I did it. I came up with this in 2022 or before 2022 and I made the date 2023 somehow. I don't know. But it's just like I feel like that this could still be used as something. I don't know what I can use it as, but because still have a whole bunch of them, but I found a way to be able to do it. Not much has changed off of it except for, I still got candycoatedsecrets.com or whatever. That's that. Well, I mean, well, that's there and all that. I'm in the process of getting all of that, launching a website and getting the website and all that together. Y'all, if y'all have this and y'all look on the back, y'all, this is how you can tell. It says Candy Coated Secrets Talk Show on Facebook Live Wednesdays at 7. Come on. I haven't done a show on Wednesday at 7 since 2020. So this is really like I create and come up with ideas as I go. And this right here, I feel like that this is gonna always be this go down in a history book, the Candy Coated history book. So I'm just so appreciative for everybody who brought this. I think because it was like $20, $25. So I appreciate everybody who brought one. And it did work. It's just that some people, I don't know if you didn't visit the stores who had it and things like that. Because remember, it was all these businesses that was attached to it. But now I have a rewards system. I have a reward system and I have a rewards program. See, now y'all getting me to tell you stuff, and I was just about to log off. Um, and I'm excited because I have it where you earn points. And so see, y'all always see, I'm not gonna tell, I'm gonna wait. But y'all, you get to earn points. So when you get your okay, I'll tell you what to do, but you earn points and all of that. So even if you are not an artist, if you're not a content creator, if you're not any of that, you you can you can still earn points. Where once you get to a certain amount of points, you get things off, you know? And if you're somebody who would like to support my products, like the ebook, this book, this one right here, this one, the points it counts as currency. So it deducts from total. So it's a lot of things, So what I've done is because I never want anybody to feel like um how we pour into these companies and it's like, well, what do we get in return? Or sometimes you don't even get anything. So like I've been telling people, Candy Coated Secrets is the business I am the gift that keeps on giving. So when you go and you sign, so once I launched the website, if you go and you sign up on the website, you become a member of the website, you get points for signing up. You get points for your birthday. Every birthday you get points. The points expire within a year, but you're able to use those points on the website. So if you ever when you purchase a product, for every dollar you spend, you get $1 per point, you know? So it's like it's a rewards program where you gaining, you getting, you gaining, you gaining, you getting, you gaining. And I know that it's only going to keep elevating me, adding different things to it. So I don't want you guys, once I launch everything, I don't want you to feel like, hey, I can't use this, or this is tailored, this is more tailored. Somebody just submitted a form on my community. See, I get the notifications. Um, but anyway, like once I don't want you to ever feel like, hey, I only have things for entrepreneurs and business owners, creatives, and things like that. No, it's something for everybody. If you want a product, things like that. If I end up having an event and things like that, it's just so many different things that the perks do. I even have I have a refer a friend program. You refer a friend. When you refer a friend, you your friend gets 150 points. You get what I'm saying? Your friend gets 150 points, but you receive $50 off. So it all depends. Like it works if you work it. Put the game down, flip it, and reverse it. It's your freaking okay, whatever she said. Learn freaking. So here we are. I'm just excited. And once I show you guys, and we have this launch here, and I show you guys, I want you all to be present. Listen, and if you follow me on all platforms, you've been seeing stuff on Instagram. I have been putting what Nikki said, I put my blood, sweat, and tears of perfecting my craft. Now I'm everyone's number pick. them are ones picking the draft, okay? Because I have designed this website from the rooter to the tutor, everything. And this website, if you ever remember seeing my last website, if you've been here since this, I know you've seen the last website, the very first website. When I tell y'all that this website takes that one by a landslide, but I'm grateful because I've learned and I've grown, and I just want people to be better. So I'm just super, super, super excited. So many things. It's colorful like me, you know. Oh, and y'all, we got gift cards. All right. See, now y'all about to make me show y'all something else. See y'all always get it first. But what I like about it too is because the show don't have no order, right? We have no order over here. Tell anybody if they want to judge us, judge their mothers. Because you just never know what's going to come up on the show. And we usually get to the good stuff towards the end. Mhm. So let me show y'all. This is where we get to the sneaky peeky stuff. The sneaky peeky stuff. Sneaky peeky stuff. Sneaky peeky stuff. What's this one? Let me see this one. Let me let y'all in on something. My name ring bells, bitch, buzz me in. And I only stop for pedestrians or real bad lesbian. Let's see. Now I'm really am being a jukebox. Like, girl, shut up. Um, beep, beep, beep. Is that me? Okay. Here we go. Look at that. Here's the refer a friend card. Right. She said, don't let all right, see, I gotta shut up. I gotta shut up. She said, don't let look. See. She said, don't let them know all your secrets. And let me tell you how I can't let y'all know all my secrets. Because I get an alert every time somebody goes on something. And some of y'all are being very nosy and doing sneak peeks. And I just want you to know I got a notification that you're being nosy. I just want you to know that. I just got an alert that you're being nosy. But yeah, so I'm excited, you guys. Just over here, but this is like the refer a friend, things like that. So yeah, you know, Bonita said I can't tell y'all everything, so I gotta shut up. I can't tell y'all everything. And so because I can't tell y'all everything until it's time to tell y'all everything, and since some of y'all are out here being sneaky, okay. Some of y'all are out here minding the business that ain't paying you. I see you, and I'm not going to call your name out, but I see you, okay? But needless to say, boo boo, you are visitor number 792. I just want you to know I clocked your T. But with that being said, I'm super excited. And I can't wait to launch it. I can't wait to launch it and let you guys see everything. And like she said, shh. So because she told me to shush, on that note, it's time for me to go. I wanted to eat my food. I said I was only giving y'all to 8:30, and I gave you more than that. Okay. But yes, rewind the show. Follow me, share it, subscribe, YouTube, do everything you can. Thank you guys for being here. I want you guys to see that you will see that everything, every donation that you have sent, any dollar that you've ever from the rooter to the tutor, from buying a book, from anything, I want you to see where your um funds are going. I think that that's important, especially for me, because I'm in a space now where, like I said, I don't have time for these already high and rich people. I'd rather spend my money on the people who are trying to do something and make a difference in the world. So, yeah. And it's so cool. Like, even, I can't show y'all that part. I was going to show y'all something, but I can't show y'all because Benita told me shut up. But, yeah, I'm excited. And I just want to say thank y'all because y'all truly, truly making a difference. If you don't, or if you did not know, if you were ever making a difference, if you've encountered people who lives, you guys, I'm talking to all of y'all. If you don't know if you're making an impact on people. You don't know if what you did helped people, or sometimes how we go through life and we like, damn, am I making a difference, or is these kids listening to me, or oh, I'm sorry, is these kids listening to me, or what's going on with X, Y, and Z? We don't know. You be wanting to know. So I just want you to know that I'm here to tell you, if you've ever sown a seed into me, whether it's purchasing something, a donation, whether it's sharing, whether it's most importantly, hello, showing up. Come on, like Andre showed up on his birthday last Wednesday and was here the whole show. And that's why I say God used you guys as a reminder to even show me to not to give up, to keep on going, and that that you never know, but there will always be someone that's there. So I appreciate y'all for pouring into me. Like I said, I've been laid off for months. All I got is this, so keep the faith, y'all. Keep your head up. Um, no matter what it look like. Look beyond, look past your situation and your circumstances. And I promise you, if you talk to God, he will talk back to you, because that's all I have. And like one of my friends said, well, hey, that sounds like the best thing you got to me. That's the great thing to have. All I have is God, y'all, is a prayer and communication. I was telling my daughter that today, when she feels defeated and depleted, talk to him. It's a two-way street. I had to stop going to him when I wanted something. I made and carved out time. And when I tell y'all that God has been blowing my mind, I keep telling me we're going to remember this day on 12/17/2025. I'm saying it with you guys. I pray that God blesses every single one of you who are watching. I pray that God blesses every single one of you who have ever contributed and poured into me, because he will give you favor based on who you connected to, okay? So I pray that he spills out favor from me onto you guys, okay? I thank you guys for sowing into me. I thank you guys for just being here through this whole journey. And pretty soon you will be able to see, if you haven't seen it already, just with the stages of going from not having a studio to being in the studio, your work is not your work is not going undone, and your pouring is going somewhere. And I want you to know that if you don't know, no matter how hard the situation is, if you're making a difference in anybody's life, I want you to know you are definitely making a difference in mine. All of y'all have Sanera, Bonita, CJ, Andre, all of y'all that tune in with me. I will honestly say, like, y'all have been like the core. Okay. A lot of people have come and gone, but y'all four have been here solid, and it's nothing against it, because I know people come and go. Like, that's the way of life. But I just want you to say, I'm grateful that God has always had you guys. You guys have been faithful through the walk, So when I blow up, we blow up. Because guess what? When they be trying to say and they trying to have me in the blogs and she marry me, you got to have people who know from the beginning, like, that ain't even her. Okay? People get upset with me when they be like, yo, you always defending Nikki. I'm like, because I was with Nikki before the world even knew who Nikki was. Okay? And I ain't saying Nikki don't contribute to some of her foolishness now. I'm telling y'all, yeah, I ain't saying that. Some of the stuff she do, but at the end of the day, she did everything she said she wanted to do when everybody was telling her she wasn't going to be nothing. And that girl came in and she freaking dominated. She dominated. So I just want you guys to know, like, yo, it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. You never failed at anything. It's never that. You know what I mean? It's just like, just keep going. Just keep, love what they say on Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Thank you for being inspiring. Thank you. That's been my only thing. I even say that in my song. I inspire to inspire. I don't know too many people who do that or who want that, and I always tell God, use me so that people know about you. Because, child, this season, these last couple of years, after I lost my cousin who was my light, who prayed over me and all that, baby, when I tell you I had to kick in and fight or flight for myself and really had to dig in and get a relationship with him myself, I tell you not, he has not let me down. He may spank me a little bit, but he be right there. And God has been so faithful. So I pray that all of us, you guys, God blows our mind. He's going to blow our minds in these next couple of minutes, couple months, couple years, couple days, couple hours. You know, Mooney Long ain't the only one that could go for hours and hours and hours. I can do this for hours and hours. Listen, she ain't got nothing on Jesus, okay? So I just want y'all to know, do it. Because you are looking at the little internet could, okay? You're looking at the little internet could. I didn't have all the confidence. Well, no, hold on, let's correct that. I've always had the confidence, but I used to be so reliant on, like we talked about tonight, who's supporting it. Nobody's doing this and that you forget about those who are there. So it's like, this is why I try to tell people, that's even in my book that I showed y'all for the training manual for people who want to do social media. Don't let these people tell you what it got to be. God tell you everything. God gonna do it when he's gonna be done when it need to be done, because obviously it's something that you need to learn. And I am learning why God has been allowing it in my progress and my process to move at a slow space, because a slow pace, because there's things for me to learn. There's so much things I learned. Like I know he working on me and getting me aware of so much stuff, because when he blow me up, he want me to have the knowledge, come on, and the wisdom and the discernment to pick out the bad fruit. Okay, you understand? So I'm learning that, and he's molding me, he's shaping me to sometimes we ask for a lot and we don't think he's listening, but he always listening. He's molding you to be exactly who he wants you to be. He equipping you with some stuff. Some of us are here with some stuff that should have wiped us out a long time ago. I know I know I am one of them. Just in your Martin voice. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things like that, man. We need more positivity in the world. There's so much hatred and stuff going on right now. Um, and I used to think, oh, I gotta do it. But what I'm learning is Jesus is saying to me, baby, anything that's meant to be here, anything that I'm giving, anything that I'm touching for you, is meant to last. I don't want you to be with the popcorn culture where you popping in and you popping out, where you hot for a second and you're not hot no more. What I got planned for you is long term. So with some of you guys, I want you guys to get it together. Just continue to hold on, having the faith. I know it can sound cliche. I know it feels overrated sometimes. I know it feel like ain't nothing moving, but I would highly recommend that if you feel like ain't nothing moving, if you feel like he ain't answering and he not there with you, I recommend that you sit still and be quiet. Because sometimes what I do know is he can't get to you with the noise around you. Okay? You know, separation, isolation. Isolation, separation leads to elevation. You're the second person I heard say that tonight. Every pace is their own pace. Don't get discouraged because it's necessary. Yeah, listen, and if I'm the second person that said that, then clearly I'm like, that there's a message of God trying to get to you, okay? Hello, and that's everything. Like I was telling my daughter earlier today before I get out of here. When you sit still and when you do start to develop yourself, you also start to learn how you'll learn how God talks to you. You know what I mean? I was telling my daughter earlier, God speaks to me through conversation and through animals. Somebody might say, oh, somebody else might say you crazy. I'm going to say you're gifted. Okay. So, a lot of us, may read the Bible and hear the stories about the Bible, but then when it comes time to put it together, we like, man, I don't believe that. It ain't really happening. Well, I don't know about you, but you got to do it. It works if you work it. So, I will say for me, I've seen the change in my life, right? And in my business, right? And it was going, and I was griping, I was complaining, I was going all the way through. But I also relied on my cousin because she was the praying one. Like, she'd be like, I got you, I got you. And she ain't here now. So now I had to get it in, get myself. You understand? However, outside of that, it's one of those things where once I began to carve out time for him specifically, once I began talking to him, I talk to God at the top of my day every day. And I'm not talking about those little short, oh, Jeff, God, thank you for waking me up. Just give me or the little quick prayer you want to say before you. I talks to my man. Okay. That's my man's. That's my man's. And I and let me tell you, I'm telling you, I like to watch interviews of people. And I remember I would keep saying all the things because everybody want to tell you that they know the secret to get you rich. They know the secret to do this. They know the secret, of course. But um, and I remember Cat Williams on all of his interviews and different ones that I've seen. He was like, "Well, how you know if you ain't doing something wrong?" And he said, "Well, if I do anything wrong, it ain't wrong. There's a lesson and something for me to learn." He said, "But I talk to God every day." He said, "I wake up every day and I talk to God. I talk to God all day. I consult with him before I do any and everything, right?" And I'm listening to him over the end. I'm like, okay. I hear somebody else, the other people that I like, Nicki Minaj, she talks about God. I know Jim Carrey and them, they talk about, Tyler Perry. Y'all don't like Tyler Perry, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. I listen, when you're doing things, the things is to be able to, even the Bible says we are supposed to be able to listen to people who are older than us for wisdom and knowledge. And also, out of the mouth of babes, nobody is ever too young not to inform you of something. So knowledge is around all of us. Yes, God made the animals too. Okay, you better clock it, CJ. So the thing is, I'm listening to all of this and I'm like, okay, because I was meditating all the time. And I would say a prayer here and there. But I didn't really start seeing changes until I started changing. And I said, when the government let me go, okay, now I was already doing it. I was always talking to God, okay, but when the government let me go, approximately 6 months ago, on June 13th, 2025, when they told me that I had until the end of the month, I sat in that office, in my boss office. She ain't even know it. You know how when you're going through life, you hear that Willy Wonka effect, like wah, 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 when somebody telling you something and you still stuck. Like, did you just? And they still talking, and you like wah, 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 wah. And I did that, and I sat in that office while she was talking, and God was like, "I got you. Don't you panic. Don't you do this." He was showing me. I understand. I just was like, she was like, "Candace, are you sure you're okay? You seem like," I said, "I'm perfectly fine. I was going to quit anyway in September." So I am not upset. This is, you just did it too soon. You're 4 months too early. And I was going to quit without a plan. I just wanted to chase my dream. So anyway, needless to say, that happened. Here we are today. And I came home that day and I was like, God, listen. I don't know what you doing. What they say, I don't know what you doing, but you do it to me though. That's Jay-Z, but it applies, right? I'm like, I don't know what you doing. Okay. Yes, I definitely am a habitual job hopper. I told you I was a professional applicant. And but I gotta get better. But this is why I don't like to. I refuse to commit to these jobs though. So you about to throw me off because they will let you go when they feel like it. Okay, and replace you. Okay, that's another story for another day. But I was just like, I don't know what you're doing, but you do it to me though. And I was like, God, I don't have nobody, right? You know what the bill look like? You move me in here, okay? I don't have nothing. I don't have nobody. All I have is you. And I need you to show me who you are. Like, I need you to be here with me. I need you to guide me. I don't know what the next step look like. The devil is playing in my mind, got me feeling like what I need to panic. I need to worry. What's going on? Like, what's going on? I don't have the clientele. I don't have the consistent customers yet. I don't have, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But let me tell you, he let me out that job. And I said, on my own, started in, what was it, November or something? I said, I'm going to do my own 50 days to greatness. Y'all remember when I started the 50 days to greatness? And I said to y'all, I don't know what the end of these 50 days going to look like, but even if I ain't already a millionaire in the 50 days, I'm going to do another days. I said I added 30 more days. And I'm going to keep adding and adding, because when I tell y'all that within the 50 days to greatness and being unemployed, with the help of you guys, I have been able to register and get my LLC. I am registered. He done had me over here working on programs and things for my website. He has, throughout these last couple of months, since I've let go, he has sent me customers, clients, whatever you want to call them. I have stayed in presidential suites. Okay. Right off the rep. 1 month after losing my job, I got an offer to do some content at a hotel. Treated me like royalty. Okay. Just lovely. And so even through that, it's been so many things. I was juicing. I was selling my juices. I was doing all of that. You know, I haven't sold any in a while. I haven't been focused on that because he has me in a different direction. But what I'm saying is, throughout this process, he gave me different things to do to give me some form of an income throughout this whole transformation. And I love it. Send people right on time. When I put up an advertisement, when I ask for donations towards something, I'm so grateful that it moved on some of you guys. Some of y'all sent me cash apps and didn't even know nothing was going on. I'm so grateful for you guys, right? Like, God uses people. And I just want y'all to know, like, I didn't start seeing I always seen the movement, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really start seeing the fruits of me putting that work in with him until I started putting that work in with him and getting to know him for myself and stop. I had my cousin no longer to rely on to pray for me. Like, I really had to pray for me. Like, I really got to get to know this man that everybody keeps saying is just so great. And he is the King of Kings and he is the Prince of Peace. And he will give you everything. And he will give you the fruits of of your heart. And he put you here to be amazing and to do wonderful things. And it's like, I had to start to learn that for me. I had to learn that. I'm still learning that I'm not in control of nothing. I was telling Handy Mandy today, because when she talked to me, I said, "Girl, I feel like I'm getting on your nerves, because every time you talk to me, I feel like I'm turning to the little old church lady that say, go to God, 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 go to God." And you be like, "I don't want to, I don't want to hear that shit." You know what I mean? And and it's just like, I now understand why my cousin used to always say, pray, ask God. Ask God. It's like, I don't even feel like talking to you because I already know what you're about to say. And he ain't listening to me. But she still was praying for me, right? And so here we are now these days. Here we are, and I'm just literally having to do that myself. When I'm not on the phone, y'all, I literally sit here and I'm talking to God all day. Most days I'm talking to God. What do you want me to do? How are we going to be today? What do you want me to do? I had to stop doing what I thought was right and what I wanted to do with Candy Coated. And remember that, y'all, if God gave you the idea and he gave you the vision, he will give you the blueprint. I got a little annoyed earlier because I was on the phone with somebody and they was like, "Well, I think you need to do, you should do this." And they're being helpful. They're just going off of what they know. But what they don't know is I'm not in that space of what they know, because I am literally in the space of, God ain't let me down yet. And I can consider what you're saying and I hear what you're saying and I love what you're saying. But see, on the other end of that, I go to him about it. And with me going to him about it, he has led me to this website. He has led me to the LLC. He has led me to where, as though since not being employed, I don't qualify for food stamps and none of that. I don't understand how you don't qualify for nothing if you don't have an income, but hey, that's neither here nor there. I ain't been hungry. Come on now. My daughter said to me, and this is another reason too why I do what I do. Because I can't afford to panic. I can't afford the luxury of a negative thought. And I can't afford to sit down in my situation and do nothing, right? And I can't afford to panic about it. So I said to her when she was upset, your kids make it seem like their life is just falling apart if they freaking lose some bubble gum, okay? He said, you ain't lying though. My last job waited till after Christmas break to tell us we was laid off at the end of the week. See, that's what I'm saying. Worked you like a dog just to let you go. That's what I'm saying. And I said to her, because she don't have no bills. So I said to her today, true story, she'd probably be mad if she knew I was selling the business, but I said, Naya, do I have a job? She cried. She said, no. I said, oh. I said, do you see me crying? No. I said, do I have a consistent cash flow coming in? She said, no. I said, do you see me sad in the house? No. Do you see me sitting in the house doing nothing and soaking? No. Right? She crying, y'all. I said, oh, okay. I said, so do I have more bills than you? She said, yes. And I said, so tell me, what do I do? She said, you pray. Shocked me. I ain't know that was gonna be the answer, girl, child. I said, oh, okay. So then, what do you think you could do? And she said, pray. It was such a beautiful moment for me. So, it's things like that where I have to I have to get it right. And I remember me and my cousin having a conversation when I was going through life. And I remember her saying to me, girl, I said to God, I said, I have to get this right. And I have to do this so I can show Candace, so she can know. I want to be able to guide her through life so she'll know. So it's just something different when somebody who has pure, genuine love for you tells you that you are the reason that they want to be better. You are the reason that they chose to be better, that they pray to God for you to be better, that they pray to God for you to make them better so that they could be better for you. Ooh, that's a different type of person. And so it sucks that she's no longer here with me. And I now begin to have a better understanding and knowing what she meant and know what she was instilling in me. I didn't know what she was instilling in me. Never judge me for none of my mistakes. Never, never. Like to the point where, so if anyone was to ever try to say, "Oh, she did this" or "She said that," I could tell you you're lying. Especially when it because she ain't play about me. And I always be like, now I could go to a list. I can go down. I can open up my phone. You understand? And go to some things about you. You know, but it's just things like that, and it's just one of those things where it's like when you know somebody's heart and their character, you understand, nobody can tell you nothing about it. So she knew God's character. She knew God's heart. She knew his word. She knew what he was capable of because of all the things and wonderful things that she did with her life and how it was. So it's like now I'm like, I'm doing those same things that she did for me, for my family, for my kid. Like, God, I gotta get this right. Like, you gotta guide me. You gotta show me what to do with this because I'm around my kids, my God, my God, my kid, my nephews. Like they all the music, the entrepreneur thing. My daughter can do all the things, and he can model. They all the entrepreneur thing. So I'm like, God, you gotta use me to get this thing popping. Like we gotta show them you can be an entrepreneur. You can achieve. You can believe if you can achieve if you believe you can do anything that you want to be. What Noah say, I know I can. I know I can be what I want to be if I work for it. Y'all remember that song back in the day he did with all the kids. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, come on. I gotta break this generational curse. I gotta be the one to change these bloodlines and to let things know, like, yeah, it's possible you can do it. And so it's just one of those things. I really didn't start seeing any emotion. Like I saw emotion, don't get me wrong. But I didn't really start seeing like it until I started talking to him for myself. And that's why when pastors, they used to ask me to pray, right? And I used to say, I'm not praying because I don't talk to God the way y'all talk to God. Like we all got our own relationship how we talk to God. You hear me talk to God, somebody might be offended. But he get it. That's my man's. But it's the thing where it was like, well, I told God, I said, on my 50 days to greatness, anything you ask me to do, I'm going to do it. Anything you put on my heart to do it. Child, next thing I know, that same time I said that prayer, I ended up praying. He ended up having me pray at the pulpit. And so now I've been praying at church ever since. So my thing is like, when you are faithful to him, he is faithful to you. And you got to put the work in because we're going to have ups and downs. Like life ain't going to be easy. If everything was easy and there was no trials and there was no tribulations, then how would we ever learn? Just think about it. If everything was perfect, how would we ever learn? We wouldn't know what worked. We wouldn't know what didn't work. We wouldn't know, if we hurt people's feelings and things like that. We wouldn't know. And then a lot of the times too, what I'm learning too, like if he gave us everything that we asked for when we asked for it, some of us wasn't even mature enough where we would probably been able to keep it anyway. you know so it's that stuff like that where I used to say, oh, when I was doing my show and stuff when I first started, and I remember my cousins used to be like, well, what you want? And I was like, girl, I just want people to know about God. I was like, yo, when I want people to know that when people ask me how I do it, I was like, I want to be able to say God. And you got to be careful what you ask for because I ain't know it was going to come with some things. You understand? But when I tell y'all that it's truly God. I am just a vessel. I say, use me, Lord. When he say, let him use you, he wasn't talking about that nigga. Okay, I'm just saying. Wasn't talking about that girl. So it's just things like that. But once I started carving out the time, like I told you now, if I don't pray before I start my day, it, it might rain meatballs. And I'd be like, what happened? What did I miss? So y'all, I don't know what he doing, but he do it to me though. Okay. And it was so scary a couple nights ago when I was in here getting things together. And I was like, God, I don't know what you are doing. Like you are having me in a whole realm that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're having me do. And I was like, it is exciting. It's fun. It's scary. It's nervous. I'm all of those things. But I said, I'm going to rock with you because you ain't let me down yet. It's some things that I've done in life where I shouldn't be here. It's some things that I've experienced in life where, I probably shouldn't have been forgiven for. Like it's just a lot of things. And so I'm just like, you've been here. You've been faithful. And when I do look back over my life and I think things over, oh my God, I am now starting to understand why when I was a little girl, them little ladies would be in church losing their minds and catching the ghosts and clapping and crying and screaming. I have now turned into them, okay? Like I understand. So it's like, dang, if only you would knew what she was going through. That's why she praised him the way she do. So it's just things like that. But once I started putting him first, once I began tithing, and once I've been communicating with him and go to him before everything, and sometimes I be hard headed because we all, you got some hard headed stuff on YouTube. Stop playing, don't judge me. But I'm human. I'm like, what we doing? What's up? I feel like you ain't listening to me. I need you to show me that you got my back. Like we gotta talk to him. And that's what I do. The evidence of his work on you is real because you don't even come off as the person that has done the things you've done. Okay, come through. Hello. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you a secret, could you keep it? You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. And that's funny because somebody I met recently, I was like, oh yeah, I was this, that, and the other. She was like, really? I was like, yeah. She was like, I would have never thought that you were mean. I would have never thought that you were rude. You know, I was like, girl, well, I say, well, listen, it wasn't that I was. I said, we just live in a time where when you were up front and you blunt and you won't sugarcoat nothing, people think you rude, ignorant, or they think you negative, or they get too smart. But what I had to learn is I had to learn how to still do that, but do it with discretion. I had to learn that just because there's something to say doesn't mean that you always gotta have something to say. You know what I'm saying? So but I got wise. I matured. I'm an islander. I don't bang with people. You know what I'm saying? Just because people you just don't know. But at the same time, I wanted to change my story. I wanted to change how people saw me and the things that they would say. I'm not a people pleaser, but it just comes with the fact that I asked to be changed and he changed it. Like I'm more open. Like, girl, how you got a whole talk show, but you don't be wanting to talk to people? Stop playing. So it's just like I do, but I tell everybody I'm really shy. I'm so shy and nobody ever believes it. Um, I say all the time, it's an oxymoron statement. I am the most outgoing, shyest person you would ever meet on this planet. And I remember one time, one of my friends, before they took me somewhere and they got this, it was like, no way. But when they got to really see it, they was like, oh, you really are shy. I'm like, I told you that, So I don't know, it don't make sense to me, but it is. I mean, I don't know. Nope, you don't believe that. No, I'm telling. No, listen, people always want to tell you about you. We only human, girl. We make mistakes. I love you like a fat kid love cake. If I told you I was going to penitentiary, would you lock down or would you still be there for me? Come on now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you who I am. Why you don't believe me? So it's just stuff like that. But back to what I was saying about the confidence. It's not me. I've always been confident with me. But doing a business and building a business, it do something to you like, damn, man, maybe I'm not doing it right. What I got to do? You just always going back to the drawing board. But once I started tapping in, tuning in, and getting locked in with him, and he has been telling me and showed me too many times, girl, and it's even in a word, like, you are the light that shines. You will no longer dim your light to make nobody else uncomfortable. You will no longer dim your light to make anybody make anybody comfortable. You know what you know, because you know what you know. Like, I can't be out here praying for wisdom and discernment, and I tell somebody something like, I feel like this. Well, I'm like, yeah, you feel away, or you tell me, and you telling me no. You could tell me no all day long, but see, I'm up here with this communication with him, and I'm telling him to make me better, and he ain't gonna lie to me. You just don't want to be honest, So things like that. So I'm just grateful, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, and I have my days, but I guess I shared all that with you guys to tell you guys. The more you talk to him, the more he talks to you. And sometimes you can just be quiet. Sometimes all it starts is you could just sit and say, Our Father in heaven, Father God, could you please talk to me? Guide me, show me what you want me to do today. And do nothing else. And just wait. Continue your day. You'll be doing things you didn't even know you was doing. So it's just like chaos in the world. So much is going on. And be the change in the world that you want to see. I finally got into a place where I'm able to receive. When you are always a giver, I don't know about y'all, but when you are the giver and somebody want to give you something to be so hard. But I have been exercising the whole don't block your blessing because I don't want to block nobody else's blessing either. So if somebody gives you something and they just happen to give it to you or do something for you, just happen to do it or check on you just because, don't knock it. Don't not take it. Don't say no, I don't need it. Just say thank you. Because you don't know what God got them doing. You don't know what they praying for. You don't know what they asking for. You don't know what they working on. Don't block nobody else's blessing. Don't you be a blessing blocker. Don't be a blessing blocker. Guilty as charged. I think we all are. So I appreciate it though. When you want better, you do better. There's ways to get it done. Ask for some guidance. And I'm learning there is nothing that's too big for God. It's not nothing you're going through. It's not a situation, a friendship, a job. It's not nothing that you're going to do that's too big for God. Might suck a little bit, might hurt. It's something that you need to learn. But I challenge you to look at it a little differently. Go with the flow. Flow with the current. Flow with it. Don't get stuck in the problem. Flow with it. Okay. Keep working towards and spiraling forward towards solution. And whenever you feel like it's too much, pause. Take a nap. For real. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I hope that you guys enjoyed the new little things. I'm hungry because I keep saying I'm trying to get back on my little diet stuff because it's something about the wintertime that make me feel like I need to hibernate like a bear. I'm about to turn into a baby Nathan Nettie. I'm a red monkey junkie. I might gotta go listen to that now. That Jeezy. Y'all know that Jeezy? I'm a red. What do you say? I'm a red monkey junkie, a baby Nate fanatic. I think I am a jukebox. God damn, I done went through 20 albums. I done took y'all through 20 different emotions in 2 hours. But definitely, you guys, I want you to stop blaming at me. I do. I want you guys stay encouraged, y'all. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. If you see my stuff on the platforms, share it. Yes, thank you. Share it. Repost me. Repost the content. Say, y'all, go follow me. Hey, yo, listen. Reach one, teach one. Go follow this channel. Go subscribe. You don't gotta be active. We just need you for the numbers. You feel me? And then God going double right back and show them that we don't really need you for the numbers. You feel me? I just got so many bars tonight. I don't know where this is coming from. See what I'm telling you? It ain't me. Ah! I might gotta put that in a new song or something. What I just said. See, I'm always forgetting what I say. That's how you know it flow. Let go, let flow. You feel me? So I'm so glad that you guys are here tonight. I appreciate you all. Yeah, you know, they say new levels, new devils. We're gonna say new levels and new levels and new blessings. Okay, we ain't got no there ain't no devils here. And nobody let nobody touch his camera. Lord, now I went to the movies. Lord. But for real, the level up. I don't know who you are, but God is about to blow our minds. And when I say, what she say? What's she say? Tasha Cobb say when you say, God, you can blow my mind. She said, God said, I'm about to do it. Whoo. Listen, I'm telling y'all, hold on. And when you feel like you can't do nothing at all and you don't know what to do, just be still and just say thank you. You know? And that's all I got for y'all tonight. You understand? You understand? You understand? Thank you guys for rocking with the kid. You're now tuned into the greatest. I gotta add that in there. I think who's that 50 Cent or somebody? I gotta add that in there. The top feels so much better than the bottom. That's like on me tonight. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where the top feels so much better than the bottom. I think it's this mic. I done changed microphones, and this will just make me want to just spit. You know, it just make me want to hit you with the flow in the morning glow. Wake up in the morning with candy coated, get it together. Bang, bang, bang. See how I went? I went to rap, went to battle rap. It's the mic. It's the mic. Y'all, I think it's the mic. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Okay? Yeah, it's something about this mic. And I was going to order a different part of the stand because I realized I threw a part away. Right. And y'all, if I get that mic to come here, if I get that mic to be how I wanted to be come down here, y'all, I don't know, I might rap the whole show. Like, yeah, you know, we talking about the people across the world and the golden girl. I had these friends who wasn't friends of the world, you know, things like that. Look, see, I just come up with stuff. I can't help it. CJ said, shout out to the mic. Yo, I think it's the mic. What you think, CJ? I think it's the mic. I think it's the mic. I don't know. It's just giving me burn, flicking, licking, man yet. And I got 3 of them things. Okay. I think it's the mic. There's something about this mic. It's like, oh. He said, it's definitely the mic. It is. The Mike Gibbs studio. You see me up in that stew. You feel me? Daddy? You see me get money, you know? All right. Because now you're making me act the fool. You're making me act the fool. Okay. And I have a new review dropping tomorrow. Make sure you guys look out for that on Instagram. And please share it. When I drop it, please share it. Sharing is caring. Even leave a comment. Do me one better. Leave a comment. What are you saying? All righty then. That's Ace Ventura. All right, I gotta go. Because now y'all, you know, you won't let me go. It's the mic. The mic won't let me go. Y'all won't let me go. And I got to go. I didn't eat. I got to, you know, do what I got to do. Say my prayers now and I lay me down to sleep. All of that. I'm going to talk to y'all later.